Do you want a surprise?
Do I want a surprise?
Yeah.
Did did something come? Did like a Syrah?
Potential gift wrap.
Uh, okay.
I think it looks good.
Uh, I,
So, we got these cool pen boxes.
uh-huh.
Plain, but cool. And then I got this giant bow that goes on them. So the whole thing is a secret surprise bow.
It's kind of cute. What can you put the bow on other sizes of things?
Yeah, potentially. It's actually for little kid ponytails. So it's got
It's
a little
reusable.
elasticy. It's reusable. It's a little elasticy
Okay.
band. So if you received a gift with this on it, you could probably reuse it for tons of things, including putting in someone's hair if you wanted.
Funny. Okay, so it's like a ribbon bow on a hair tie.
Yeah, but we'd be using it for surprise and delight when gift giving
Mm-hmm.
from Tokyo Pen Shop.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I suppose if we wanted to put it on a bigger package, we could add a way to do that.
Yes, there would be ways to attach it, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, don't order any more gift wrapping until you consult with me first. But I do like those.
We'll see. Okay, good.
Okay, so
So I have a question for you.
yeah.
What is in your pen case?
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna do a little bit of explainer, I think. And then I'll get into it, if that's okay.
It's been a while. Been a while since we did one of these, but yeah.
All right. So yeah, this is perfect because when we did the last video, of course, more requests for updated pin case. This is definitely the most frequently requested video, which is kind of surprising that people don't get sick of seeing what's in my pin case. But it's good, I think, to do it in this new style because, mix it up a little bit.
Also, I think people like variations like this, right? Like if you're traveling in a
Well, I haven't
to a
said
specific
that
place
yet.
with a specific goal. Well, I'm just alluding to it.
Okay. Right. So I am not home at TPS warehouse right now. I am in Colorado dog sitting for my aunt and uncle and cat sitting. So if you see
Don't leave out the cat.
an awesome cat, her name is Portia, and I want to steal her. I love her. I've never had a cat, as you know, but they don't know. But now I want a cat. And then Marlo is the dog. He might knock over something at some point. he's right next to
How
me.
does how does Portia compare to, say, Mofusan in terms of attitude and
Oh,
demeanor?
you know what? I bet they would be good friends. So Portia's really smart. She's super playful. She's really communicative, and she loves to eat. She loves food, and she loves toys. She's the coolest cat ever. Anyways, so yeah, this is a perfect time to do what's in my pin case because I actually had to pack up basically my current can't live without it for 10 days implements in here. And this is the classic Milu Rec in this amazing vintage pink color. I love it so much. We do still have some of these left. And we also have a couple other products in this color. The slim pin case and the slim hand woven are both in this color. They look amazing. And then we also have the Harris fanny pack, I think in 2 sizes in this color. And actually, my mom has one of them, and it's awesome. Every time she uses it, I'm like, oh, I want one of those. But anyway, so this is my gorgeous pen case, vintage pink. And it reminds me of the color of ballet slippers I had when I was a kid, so it's super nostalgic, and I love it. That's why I call it vintage pink.
Is there a chance that the slim pen case is unseating the Rec as sort of the most popular at the moment?
Oh, at the moment, for sure. Long term, time will tell. But we sell a lot more slim pin cases right now. But there's a couple things. You can only get it on our site. And yeah, we like worked with Milu to custom design it so that it was sort of like, I don't know, perfect for our
specific to our customers.
Yeah. And we've got it in a lot of different colors. They've been working like really hard to get us a lot of different stuff of that. So that might be why, but like, I don't know, this will always be a classic, I'm sure. This is the very first case we asked them to make for us. So this is like the Milu original. If you don't count the Estia, which they already made as a cosmetic bag, and I was like, I have to have that for my store because it's perfect for pens. And that was like years and years ago, and the rest is history. Okay, anyways.
Long time ago.
So, this request was from Liliana. Oh, this request was from Liliana. I'm not going to say her last name, but she's been a long time viewer and customer. And here's the thing, is that what I actually want is to see what's in her pin case. So I was thinking if she'd be open to it, and everyone who's watching can like, what do you say, peer pressure her in the comments below.
Yeah.
But because we have
politely,
this new setup,
gently peer pressure her.
Yeah, let's peer pressure Liliana and have her do a pin case video with me. I don't know, maybe she wants to do it next month or something, and then we can show each other what's in our current pin cases. Or, even cooler, I want to see her pin room because I know she's got to have one.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, she's quite the collector, and yeah, she's probably been our customer
I think
for
that
years
would be
at
awesome.
this point. So, yeah. All right.
I want to watch that video.
So, I mean, I could just keep on talking about nothing, or I could start this. But why don't we do it like interview style? Otherwise, I'll just like be talking and talking.
Okay, so first question is, when you were making the selection for this trip, you were probably considering things like how long you're going to be gone, what you were planning to do on the trip. But what sort of considerations did you make when you were picking these things?
Okay, so I am basically working remotely right now. So I knew I was going to be doing bookkeeping, both for work and for like our personal life. I knew I was going to be doing a ton of reading, and when I read, I like to take notes because I don't know, basically I guess I never left school in some way or something. So yeah, and then just like regular work. So those are my considerations. Like the bookkeeping was kind of the thing that made me do a little bit of like specialty items that I wouldn't necessarily use every day.
Right. Yeah. Some writing, which is maybe more normal note-taking stuff, but also some math. So that changes things.
The other consideration for me is, okay, because I came here in my car, I didn't have to worry too much about space. But normally, like if I was flying, I would not have let myself fill a whole pin case actually, because I've started forcing myself to get more minimalist. But even in the car, I still am just like, my rule is like, I got to keep it to like this size. So, I do a lot of multi-pins. So you'll see that, you'll see what's going on as I reveal it all. Okay. Did I answer your question?
Okay. So then maybe, yes, but maybe what that leads me to is like, what were the first things going into this pen case? The things that would have made it, even if you were flying and just bringing a slim pen case or something. Oh,
yes. No problem. So, actually, let me do this here because it's going to shake my computer. I'm in a precarious setup at my aunt's house. Okay, sorry. What were the things that would have made it in anyway? Okay. Number one.
These are the lock-in guarantees.
This is the pen that I am so psyched about right now. I I'm obsessed with this pen. I always reach for this pen. I love this pen. If you don't have this pen, get this pen. Okay. So this is the Sarasa Clip 3C. I use it in 0.4. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not used to this kind of style of video. And this body is, I think it's called like moss green, something like that. And so it's got 3 colors of ink. So that's perfect because, first of all, it writes like a dream. It's not super thick barreled, so it's like super comfortable. It's not, I would say it's not much thicker than a regular size pen. So they were able to get all those in there. Seriously, if you don't have this pen, you need to get this pen. It's so good. So some things I like about the multi pens are like obviously be able to use like multiple colors, but also because I use pens that it's not easy if I'm traveling to like run out and get refills for, the chance that I could run out of ink or it just like stop working for some reason, has me always liking the backup option. So like if I'm using the blue a lot and I need to switch over to the black because it runs out, fine. That's my, and I love
Question.
it. Yes.
How close are we to almost needing a subcategory of multis for slim multis? Because you were describing, right, that this is a multi that doesn't feel like the multis from 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm not sure what the cutoff would be though, in terms of the width of the or the circumference of where the grip is. I can say that more and more of the companies are moving towards this. So like you see the friction multi, like they slimmed it down and having said all that, there are still some people who because of I think there are some people who have like arthritis in their hands and it can actually be more comfortable for them to have a thicker grip. So they still do make them. But that is a really good question. And I'll think about that. And I would like to know from the people watching if they prefer the more normal width, circumference multi, or if they really they really go for the fatties.
I am curious too, and we'll probably never know, but Zebra had Sarasa 3 and for a long time.
Yes.
And so the fact that they're calling this one the Sarasa Clip 3 color, I don't know if that's just sort of capitalizing on the super popular Sarasa Clip single or if they mean something different by that.
Okay, that is a really good point because I know what one you're thinking of. It was much girthier. Is that appropriate word to use here? Okay.
I think so.
Same inside though, right? So I think they're just, the Sarasa Clip is so popular, they're probably like, let's keep it in the name. Sarasa Clip 3C. And it's got the did the other one have this kind of clip? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's it. Maybe they did improve the clip.
But this is a great pen. I cannot say enough good things about this pen. Okay, but we should probably go on to the next thing.
I can confirm. I did just to double check, make sure it is the moss green. And there are other really cool colors that like mist blue is really cool.
Yeah, the mist blue is great.
And stuff like that.
Is there a clear one or am I making that up?
Yes. Yeah. There is a really cool looking clear one.
That's cool. They did a really nice colorway for these.
There's a red one, there's navy, black. There's great options.
They're kind of all sort of neutral-ish looking. A couple things I would say about this pen. So if 0.4 is too fine for you, then you can get it in 0.5. You can also if you start with one size, obviously you can refill with a different size. And you can mix and match. So there are color guides, but if you never write with red, you could put an extra black in there, or you could put like the other tip size that's different from the black you already have, or like something like that. So you can like customize it if you want. I mean, that's probably obvious to people, but just in case it's not, I'm letting you know. So yeah, get that pen if you don't have
so
it.
That
seriously.
one was
it's so good. Oh, and
that one was a guaranteed.
Yeah, but I have to say one more thing about it. It is a really great price point. It's like less. It's like between $6 and $7, I think. I mean, it is like
yes,
it is. It's a fabulous pen. If I was only going to bring one pen, so like later this summer when I go on a trip and fly, what are you?
I wouldn't have dared to ask you a question that difficult. It's like, what if you could only bring one pen? What would you bring? But
well, if it was only one, I think I would bring this. I'll get into why I might choose something else later in the video. How about that?
Okay. Good foreshadowing. Anything else that would have been in your sort of guarantee small pen case bring along? Okay,
this is a great question. I mean, maybe like I'm really like I'm just loving the new Sarasa Grand vintage. It's like they improved the barrel. I think I put a 0.38 nano inside in here. Yeah. So I like customize it in that way. I like took out from a 0.38 nano vintage. I put it in here because that's the size I was in the mood for, I guess. So this one is sort of a use it all the time for me lately. And they're both Zebra Sarasas. So I guess I'm just a real big fan of that ink.
And can I just call out that this is the Sarasa Grand Vintage renewal that you have, right?
Yes. I believe we still have some of the original left on our site, but it is going away. And the renewal, which really is better, in my opinion, is out. I believe I've done a whole video on the renewal, and so
I think so.
Yeah, so I'll link it here so that people can go watch that if they're like interested in all the features of it, because this video is going to be like 10 hours long.
It's going to get long anyway. Yes, but I did want to call that out. Just search for renewal or Sarasa Grand Vintage renewal to find that one. And lots of cool stuff to know about it.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so here's a whole category of things. And this is because I was doing bookkeeping and a little bit of, I guess I would call it studying. I don't know what I would call it. It's like, it's not pleasure reading. It's like I'm learning about some stuff right now. So
scholarship.
Yes. So, I have some of these. So, so these are Click Art Pale Tone colors. Now I'm using them in a way that people might not know you can use them for, which is, so I printed out a bunch of bank statements for doing like the Tokyo Pen Shop bookkeeping, and I'm using these like basically instead of highlighters to like color code categories.
Right.
And so these are the Click Art, and the pale tones come in just some really great pale tones that are great for using instead of highlighting. These are actually brown sugar, powder blue, and powder pink. And I've probably done a video on this at some point, and if I have, I will link it here.
But as a quick refresher for people who aren't familiar, it's basically a marker, like a felt tip marker with a click top, which is kind of
fine
novel.
Point. So it's a fine bullet point. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It's a click top, so you're not going to lose your cap, and it doesn't dry out because it like absorbs moisture from the air. Now, I am in a super dry climate right now, and I have not noticed a problem with them. So that's kind of interesting. I know
Yeah,
that when they can like write darker, or I guess I would like they can be inkier when it's really humid in Iowa.
right.
So, I mean, you can notice it's kind of subtle, but you can notice a little difference. Or like I've noticed when I've been swatching them that if it's super humid, my swatches look much more saturated. Does that make sense?
Right. So, but that's also kind of interesting. If you're at high altitude, for example, and your plan is to use them as almost like highlighters, like fine
Yeah,
tip
it's
highlighters,
perfect.
they may be
Perfect.
even better for that.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
wasn't actually thinking of that when I packed them. I was just like going for those colors. And then these what are these called? Madu liners? These are Madu liners, and so they've got the spongy dot. You can actually make dots like small, large,
Right.
uh, more saturated, lighter. So it's really cool. But I actually use them for kind of in a similar way I would use highlighters when I'm bookkeeping. I also use them a lot for planning, although I really regret this, but I did not bring a planner on this trip. So I've kind of,
Shocking.
but I've kind of just made my own planning pages, which I can then put in my planner when I get back home. And these have really come in handy for that too. So did I already
Okay,
say what?
question.
Yeah.
Did you forget to bring a planner? Did you think you could get by without it? And what type of regret is it that you left it on the counter or you misjudged?
I was being way too casual. I think because this year alone I've come out here so many times. I was being way too casual about packing, I think. Although it's been fine. I just don't have my planner. But I think I was just like normally I make these really like very specific packing lists and I really obsess about packing. But
Yeah.
because like I think this is my fourth time out here this year, which is insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
So
Cool.
my second
Okay, so
home.
you got the click art pale tones that are you're kind of using as highlighting, and you've got the Mara liners that you're kind of using for highlighting and for planner
Hmm.
organizing.
And I brought one mild liner in this really nice neutral that I just think is really pretty, and I use it all the time for like everything, which is mild cream. I don't remember when this one
Mild
came
cream.
out, to be
And,
honest. It's new-ish, but not like super new.
and do you feel like you picked those three products with a sort of color palette in mind, or just favorite colors that you've been liking from the click art and Mara liner and mild liner?
Well, I've been liking pale tones lately and
Right.
kind of like the vibe of this pen case. That's what I've been liking lately, and so I've
Yeah.
got a lot of that in this pen case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Okay, so I brought a couple more multis besides the Sarasa Clip 3C that I already mentioned. Did I already mention that multis are like one of my best traveling hacks because you can just get like so much more in one
Yes.
barrel. So I always bring multis when I'm traveling. So I actually have a handful of multis to talk to you about here. Let's start with. So I accidentally brought two uni-style figs. One of them has the tester flag on it, and the other one
Nice.
is because I didn't know I had already packed this one.
But
Yeah.
it's good for uni to get in on the video because so far we've had a lot of zebra stuff.
Yeah, and
And
actually, oh, I have a few uni things, so don't you worry. And I also brought, okay, so I'm what you would call an anxious packer, even when I'm trying to be chill about it. So this is like
yeah.
this is a type of thing I'll do at the last minute is like I'll
Right.
I'll throw a multi in with like my favorite refill like sizes and colors just so I have the options. But I mean, I really was like, I was just throwing stuff in that was on my desk. So like, I ended up with two blue black and .38, and I like blue black and .38, but there's no way I would get through two of them on a 10-day trip.
Can I say, I feel like if I was throwing custom multi refills into a pen case,
Yeah,
I would be more likely to do Unistyle Fit because
yeah,
they're so well protected.
yeah, yeah. They're well protected, and they're the way they're like you don't have the big, long, floppy what
Yes.
envelope style like thing, which is kind of like harder to get in a pen case, and it ends up like I don't know how to describe it, but it feels more
They're
cluttered in
compact.
the pen
This one
case.
is more compact.
hmm
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
the most eco option though, so there's that
Right.
consideration.
More plastic.
Yep, there's more plastic. Hopefully, they are using recycled plastic for it, but
Oh, that's good.
the thing is that I feel pretty confident if it doesn't satisfy the current like eco requirements Japan is having, they would have to come out with a new packaging. So I think it must use a
Right.
large percentage of recycled plastic. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be changing it. Okay.
Right.
Just a side note. All right. So Unicell
Now for
Fit. Yeah.
the
So this.
custom multi barrels.
Yeah. So this is the Meister. But okay, you tell me. I can't remember. Are either of these limited edition colors? I can't remember.
I was
Well,
well.
I'll link them below.
There's limited edition colors, and then there's also the issue of they're kind of coming out with new. Wait, hold them back up again.
No, these are the new ones with the like.
Yeah, so those are both in the Unistyle Fit Meister 5 personal flower colors.
Oh, personal flower colors. So are they both still for sale?
Yep,
Sorry, I
yep,
should have.
yep.
Oh, this one's just called brown,
You've
I
got,
think. It's gorgeous. It's kind of a purpley brown. I don't know how
but
to describe it. What?
what you've got there is chocolate brown and sea
Oh,
fog.
chocolate brown and sea fog. Thank you, Frank.
Yes. And part of the reason they look so good together is because they were part of the same release, I think.
Yeah, but I have to say, all of them, I feel like have a very similar
Yeah.
like feeling, colorway kind of thing. Um, and they use the like, what do you call this? Like, it's like a bronzy gold clip accent, and like, it's just
Yeah.
really pretty.
We do call it a rose gold trim, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of bronzy-ish, but anyway, it might also just be my
Yeah.
lighting. I don't know. Okay, I have two more multis. Okay.
If I could say though, I think that rose gold gets almost it can almost mean any kind of gold that's not yellowish. Like if you start to add any
Well,
other warmth tint to it, it can
yeah.
become rose gold. It's kind of like a big category.
Yeah. I mean, are you talking about like implements right now? Or are you talking about in
No, I just mean
goldsmithing?
everywhere. I mean like as a color, like
Because
whether it's your phone or
okay.
yeah.
Because in reality, it's like copper's been added to the gold alloy
Right.
to make a rose gold. So it can vary in tint for sure. And I would say in non-jewelry, it varies even more.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It's a very warm gold.
And
Okay.
those take 5 refills, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Very
Meister
versatile for
5
traveling.
refills, and they're awesome. And I just realized one of my pins I brought is missing, and I think it's because it's in my purse. But anyways, let's worry about that later if we need to.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so another multi I am using is the Paul and Joe Gorgeous Barrel. So pretty, I love it. we do still have these. This one's coral pink, and it's in this like
Mm-hmm.
ubiquitous Pollen design. And then the 10 colors set, which you can see I've taken some out of there. But these are reusable cases. So they're really nice for traveling. They fit in like, smallish pin cases like this. So yeah, I love them. And they're protective. And this is also a limited edition Pollen design. So
Those are interesting to me because they come along every once in a while. You never quite know when the next
yeah.
10 color hard case is going to
Mm-hmm.
come. And they come full of refills, but
Mm-hmm.
then people keep them and use them
Yeah.
to manage their Coletto refills that they buy later.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So it's a, what do you call, like a permanent thing you can have in your collection. It just, when you use
Yeah.
up these refills,
Yeah.
you don't have to throw out the case. It's meant to be reused.
The thing I really like about
really
those
pretty.
too is you got that top that clicks open and close, but when it's open, it can act as like a little stand
Oh, yeah.
when you have it on your desk.
Yeah, that's true.
Like a little foot.
Yep.
And it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. And then, of course, when you're traveling, just make sure it's closed. It helps protect them. And any Coletto refill will fit in here. So,
right.
Yeah. But yeah, these are great. And I feel like this is, so we have more of these right now. And I'm pretty sure that the previous design of these was like Anna Sui, so it was more like bold and like
there were lots of like purples and dark colors,
Anna
like
Sui and
blacks
Pollen
with nice designs
it's like
and stuff.
it's like very different designs. So this is a nice change, I guess is how I would put it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is that. And then one more multi. Okay, so this is was this a limited edition? This is yeah. Isn't it? Okay, so it's the Jetstream 4+1, and it is the bamboo. I think it's one of the limited edition colors. Do we still have the...
Yes, this is Jetstream 4+1 limited edition colors. That is the Gerbera pink. There's also a kind of a bold mimosa yellow and a really cool oregano green.
Yeah, they're all really pretty. And
I would say the oregano green is like live oregano. It's like a very dark green. It doesn't look like a dried oregano kind of thing. It's a
no.
It's a deep foresty green.
It's kind of olivey, right? Like it's kind of yeah. So something I would say about like the Jetstream 4+1, aside from it being like really pretty and having nice ink, is this one includes a pencil. So that is the only reason, if I thought I was really going to want to use a pencil on my trip and I can only bring one pen, I would probably pick something with a pencil, whereas the 3C doesn't have a pencil. But I tend to only use a pencil for some very specific things. So I would like know when I was packing if I was going to need a pencil or not.
Can I tell you why I might be tempted to lean more toward the Jetstream when traveling? Is because in my experience, the Jetstream ink just lasts forever. Like even if I accidentally left with only like 10% of the ink left in the black, it would almost certainly be fine for the whole trip.
Yeah, your gel ink,
because it just goes on for so long.
Yeah, your gel ink, like in the Sarasa, is definitely gonna like get used up faster. I just dropped my Sarasa 3C on the floor, and the dog better not eat it because I will have to cut my trip early for that. No,
I could overnight you a new one. I could mail you one. You could have it tomorrow morning.
Thank you. I have the hookup.
Yes, you
Okay,
do.
would you like to hear about a rookie mistake I made in packing my?
Yeah, even
Can't
even
believe it. Yeah,
the seasoned experts make rookie
yeah.
mistakes. Let's hear it.
This is what I mean when I said I was being too casual about packing. Okay, so love this pencil, have been using it for bookkeeping. However, this advance is a point 0.3. Unless you are traveling to like Japan or some other very specific locations, I would not travel with a point 0.3 pencil because if you run out of lead, you're going to be sorry. It's going to be really hard for you to find refill lead. So, of course, the little note here is that totally fine to pack a point 0.3 pencil when you go to Colorado. If you remember to pack lead, which I did not, I haven't used up the pencil yet, but it could happen, okay? But I got my backup.
Okay, so
I got
this
my backup in my jet straightforward. Are you laughing at me?
yes, because this is what I call a problem that could become a problem. It's not a problem that is a problem
No, but I
because you
mean,
haven't run out.
no, I get it. And I'm probably not going to run out because point 0.3 lead lasts forever. But
Right.
I could, and then I would be like, it's going to be fine because I got another pencil
It's
option.
gonna be fine. It's
But
gonna
I'm
be
just
fine.
saying,
But I do want to
if
say,
you are packing a point 0.3 pencil, please remember to pack the
bring the
lead.
lead.
That's all I'm saying. That was the rookie mistake I made.
And to add to it, don't be tempted to overstuff your pencil with lead before you leave because that can lead
Oh,
to
jamming.
jams.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
never put more than 2 leads in at a time.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's wise. And for everybody watching, this is the Kudu Toga Advance is what
Yes.
she's got there.
And I have no
And it's in the baby
idea.
pink.
Okay. It's just a very nice, again, neutral color. I mean, look.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is
Mm-hmm.
why I'm just really into it right now. Um, and then I packed this. So this is exciting to me. This is a Tombow mono eraser, but it's like an eco product. Instead of made out of plastic or what do you call polymer? Oh, okay. Instead of being made out of
Yeah.
plastic, it is made out of sand particles. It's
Right.
crazy.
Silica, probably. Yeah. I don't know that
Oh
for
yeah,
sure, but
it's
I'm
it's
just
that's
popping
what
off.
sand is made up of. Yeah.
Typically, yeah.
So okay, can I just say sand? This is made of sand.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh. Mostly crushed shells, actually. Wait, but that's what sand is also. I don't know. I'm not a geologist, but okay from the beach?
I'm talking beyond my area of expertise here, but that's not going to slow me down any. I'm happy to speculate about
Okay.
exactly how they do it. But I know that it was released and promoted as ecologically friendly, and
Yeah,
that's because they're getting away from the polymer plastic
yeah, and
for
it's
this
called
product.
mono natural. Okay, so here's the thing. Is I brought it because I wanted to give it like a real world test out,
Yeah.
but I have been forgetting to test it. So I'm glad that we're talking about this because I mean, I've tested it, but not in like real world testing. So what I wanted to do was like while I was doing bookkeeping, I guess I wasn't making mistakes because I haven't been erasing. So,
I was
anyways,
going to
I'll
say
make a
maybe
point.
this is a sort of humble brag
Oh,
to
yeah.
say that you haven't been making any mistakes that
Yeah.
need to be erased.
Yeah. So, anyways, and the color is like you probably can't tell, but it's like a off white, beigey
Mm-hmm.
white. I don't know how. It's not a bright white, which is kind of cool.
It's on the theme
It's
of
on the
these sort
theme.
of pale toned
Yes,
products. Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I have a couple pens left and then a couple other things in here. So, these are randoms, but they're pens I like. Okay, so this
So
is
these may not have made the cut if you were doing an international flight or something.
no,
Is that what you're
probably
saying?
not. Probably not. These are nice to haves. These are ones that like I use.
Bonus
They're on my
pens.
desk. I use them like blah, blah. So
Right.
this, well, and
Right.
actually this is kind of stupid I brought this, but so this is the Sarasa Nano 0.38. I've probably done a video
Mm-hmm.
on that. If I have, I'll link it here. Um,
Still pretty new at this point, that tip size.
yeah, so this and the vintage are the newest colors, but they only make
Yeah.
it in like 5 different vintage colors. It's a little confusing. That's probably what my video was about, if there is one. Um, but I feel like I must have really been thinking I might want to use blue gray because I have
Yeah.
a 0.38 in here, so like I don't need this. I don't know. I think I was thinking color wise.
But you kind of need it though.
I kind of need it, and I have it, and it fit in the pin case. And then I love using the Juice Up ink.
Yeah.
So this is probably a limited edition we don't have anymore. Sorry, I hate having things
Oops.
that we don't have anymore.
But the Juice Up has that fantastic tip,
Oh,
right? Like it's this
it's
combination of
a
a conical tip and a
yeah, it's
needle
like a
tip.
hybrid tip. They call it the Synergy tip. And I don't know why I'm like looking. It's like I know what the tip looks like. Okay. Um, the ink is so juicy, so and I feel like my handwriting's so nice. This one's a point 0.4. So I like to have that. I like to have that, especially when I just need a little self-esteem boost, because it makes my handwriting look good.
Wait, hold that one back up.
Okay, it's Kudomi, so it was like a Sanrio. Do we?
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that one's long gone, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but we still do have some of the Pilot Juice Up Music collab limited edition, which
Oh, that one's
also
really
look
pretty.
really vibey
Sorry,
and
I did.
cool
Was that
and
loud?
have those. No, but it has the same type of colorway that you've been describing of sort of soft pale tones for the barrels.
Yeah. So then, the other thing left in my pen case is actually not pens at all, but these various clips. They're like super thin metal clips. So this one I think is by Mark's Ink, and it's actually you can use it for marking a planner page or whatever, but it's good for your like today's to-do list, like to mark it in your notebook. Um, and then these make good bookmarks in like books or in notebooks. And then same thing. These are the wait, what did I say? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I think we must still have these. These are the Midori Eclipse.
That's Midori, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the other one was Mark's Ink, but this one is Midori. These are so cute. This is like from the Japanese like lineup. I hope we still have these. This is a monkey
Yes,
in a hot springs.
I was worried when that came out that it would be sort of, oh, actually,
No.
some of those are last chance.
Which ones?
Japanese Animals is not yet marked last chance, so that
Oh.
one that has the monkey in the hot spring. But
Okay, you
Symbols of
guys got to get it.
Japan, we
Look
have
at
marked as
this.
last chance. Yeah.
Look at
It's called
it.
Midori Eclipse
Oh my
Japanese
God.
Motif.
It's so cute. And you could use it in your
Yeah.
planner or your notebook or, like I said, bookmark. I read like crazy when I'm not at home because I'm by myself. So, I mean, is this making sense what I'm saying? When I'm traveling alone,
It's more peaceful, more
I read a
conducive
lot.
to books.
And
Yeah.
then I'm always like, oh, I need a bookmark. So that's like one of the reasons I throw in stuff like that to my pen case, and it takes up like no room. Same thing with these. I think these were like in my pen case, so I didn't even like intentionally throw them in. But I do love these. These are the Midori copper clips, or I can't remember. What are they? What are copper page tabs?
Yes, they're called Midori copper index clips, and they
Yeah.
originally were the copper only, but there's a silver version that's in there too.
Yeah, and actually, I will make sure and link everything below. So, like, if I'm calling something the wrong thing or whatever, just don't worry about it. And then, do we sell these? Yeah, yeah. I cannot remember if I got this to
Yes.
try and had them on the store yet or not. Yeah, so this is just like a slim little leather bookmark.
It's called the Leather Bookmark by Slip On Japan is what it's
Yeah.
called on our
So
site.
I love it, and it's so handy and convenient. So yeah, so I got my bookmarks. I brought some other like clips
I'm
and book, but they're in my
hold on.
books.
I'm glad you're showing that. I'm glad you're showing that one too because that one is the pink brown and
Oh yeah,
for
but it's
people who are looking at it on the
yeah,
website, it's hard to tell.
yeah,
But
but
it really is a sort of a pink brown.
well, yeah. I mean, it's I would say it is like uh coral brown. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
It's just a hint of
terracotta
pink or
or like
something.
actually it's like they should have called it terracotta.
Yeah.
All right.
And because there's also a camel brown and a gray brown that are really, compared to those, it does
Yeah.
look kind of pink.
No, I remember when I was like putting those in, I was like, why are they? I was a little bit not totally happy with the names, but when possible, I try to use the names provided by, that they
Yes.
call them. There are some exceptions.
This could be a whole discussion video for the situation we find ourselves in when we think of
Yeah.
color or variant names that we like better than the manufacturer, but
Yeah.
for clarity's sake, we always try to keep it consistent with the manufacturer anyway.
Yeah. There are definitely times when like the name is so bad or confusing or like that we just like make a call, It's like
Yes.
but there was a product recently that they were calling grass green and it's like a mint
Yeah.
green and I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
And I gave it the name that the company gave it, but I was like, no, this is not grass green. I mean, at least what I think we would call grass green is way more of a brighter green. Anyway, no one
Yeah, it
cares.
can
That's
just
so
become a cultural difference. Like, no, just like khaki, right?
yeah,
Khaki can mean a different
yeah,
thing in Japan than in the United States, but
yeah.
it's not terribly far off, but it's not what we would immediately think
Right,
of as khaki.
right, right. In some, not just in Japan, but in some other countries, khaki is more of an olive green, and I think here
Yeah.
it's more of like a tan kind of color.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a light tan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
so should I go get? Okay, so I want to tell you about the notebooks I brought because that was also a very careful consideration.
yes.
But
Please go grab them.
okay,
Welcome
are
back.
we still recording?
No, I haven't been recording this. I just wanted to chat with you about what was in your
Ah!
pen case.
Hey, Marlo, would do that. Okay, so yeah, well, I couldn't find my purse. I had to find my purse because I absolutely had to talk about this pen because it's so good. Um, oh my god, I love it so much. Okay, so this is another Jetstream. Obviously, I'm using it in my purse. Um, but it is, I am so sorry. I forget. This is like a newish pen. I forget. Jetstream Lights? What is it called? You tell me.
Yes, it is. Now I don't want to get it wrong, but
Light Touch? Jetstream Light.
it does have light,
Literally says right
Lite in
here.
the name.
Okay, so it's the
Okay.
Jetstream Light
Light
Touch
touch
Multi.
multi.
0.5
Yes.
Jetstream ink.
Coral
The
pink
barrel
barrel.
is coral pink, and it's again just this.
On the
It's a
theme.
theme. It's a theme. Um, it is so smooth. It is so smooth. Okay, someone asked me to do a swatch, but here's the thing: I really cannot tell a difference visually. It's like when you're writing. So Jetstream ink is already smooth, right? So to me,
Yes.
when came out, I was like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, it's already really smooth. What are you talking about? This is like, oh my God, it like glides. And I think the other thing is that when it encounters certain kinds of paper, like if you've got, how sometimes recycled paper can be a little coarser or like nappier or something. This it like does its best to try to stay smooth. It also has like a stabilizer mechanism in it, similar to the blend. It's just, I just love it. I love it. So this one also has a pencil in it. So this, really, I did not need to bring this and the bamboo one, but what can I say? They're
Honestly,
so
though,
similar.
it probably deserves its own video, and we probably didn't make one because it's sold out so fast, but we did get restock of it for people who are watching when this comes out.
Yeah, you know what? So I'll do a whole video on this one. It's so good. The body is a little shorter than, so the body is interesting because it has a little more of the shape or look of the Meister.
The Meister.
But it is shorter. Okay, I'm just gonna show you. You know what? I need to save this for the video, but just real quick.
Yeah, put this in the Light Touch multi video.
Yeah, okay. I'll save it for the video. But it's a pleasure to use. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah.
Fabulous purse pen. I really love it. You can also get Light Touch singles. But I'm traveling, so I'm using my multis.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Okay. I'm definitely not running out of ink on this 10-day trip. Okay. So,
and I would say just from that launch that we did, the multis were even more popular than the singles. They all ended up selling out pretty quickly, but the multis first, which kind of surprised me.
No. Okay. Part of that is because we had fewer multis. Like when they sent the sets, I think they had more. I mean, okay, well, I will say I was more excited about the multi. So
yeah, so not a coincidence necessarily.
Yeah. But if you like Jetstream single and you want to try the new ink, I would highly recommend just trying the single too. Yes. You know, you don't have to do the multi.
It's cheaper. It's an easy way to test out the feel of.
It's fine. It's fine. Do not eat my pens.
Pen disaster.
Don't eat my pens.
He's going to want to eat your pens.
He is definitely going to eat my pens. Okay. Marlo, no. Ah! They're dropping everywhere. I'm like shaking the thing. I'm sorry. Let me just like put these back in the pen case really quick.
Recover them. Yes. Oh. Secure the pens, please.
There's some on the floor. I hope I can get them. Okay. Real quick. Let's talk about my notebooks before we leave.
Yes, notebooks. These were not technically in your pen case, but it's part of the whole experience.
No, but when you're traveling, this is very important to, yes. And especially because I was going to be working and stuff. Okay, so first up, I actually brought both sizes of this. I love this notebook so much. So this is the Utoka. I don't know. This must be a Scandinavian word that I don't know.
I was going to say this has to do with the sort of Japanese obsession with Scandinavia and the rest of the world's obsession with Scandinavia also.
Okay, there you go. So
and so you got the A5 and
Maruman.
The pocket size there.
Yeah. This is by Maruman. So this is like the A6 reporter, right? And then this is the
Yeah, what they just call it the pocket size.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, so the paper in it, I hate showing like pages of my...
But people want to see what you've been writing.
Oh, it's weird. No.
Oh, that's not enticing then. If it's weird, they don't want to see it.
I don't want to show.
Okay, you don't have to show it. I want to point out that those are both the watermelon red cover color.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. You've got the great twin ring style, so it's super sturdy. It's not gonna like you know how sometimes with like American notebooks, it's single ring and your cover starts like coming off. Do you know what I mean?
You get the ring slant where the whole thing just kind of gets flattened out.
That's the worst. So these are like really nice. It's just like very secure. The cover is a very nice, sturdy cover. And the pages are, can you see, lines? Mm-hmm. I think they're 4mm lines. Let me check. 4mm. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we've got in the description of them
Okay,
too.
thank you. And then I love the reporter style, the whatever they call pocket. This one's almost used up, but so good for like to-do lists, or like it's such a nice size if you're working at. Okay, if you're working next to your computer, and it can fit even in front of your computer, and it's
right.
It's compact, but like you can fit a lot of lines on here. Also, both of these notebooks have amazing perforation. So it's so easy to...
I was going to bring that up.
Oh my God, you can just like cleanly tear out a page.
Which is hard to get that balance, right? Because on the one hand, you want to be able to tear it out without ripping it. On the other hand, you don't want them too weak and falling out.
Yeah,
and I feel like this one has a really good balance.
It tears out like super cleanly. This is useful. What is this? Oh,
it's just raw fonts.
This is so funny. No, I actually have to show this. This is notes I took when I was listening to a podcast because I could not keep track of all of the people involved. It was the one, this podcast was so good. It was the one I made you listen to, but like, I don't know if you did.
Yeah, I did. It
was Ella Mae Begay.
That podcaster won some major...
She's awesome. Connie
and she
Walker.
won like a Peabody Award or something for this stuff.
Just look up the podcaster Connie Walker and anything she's ever made. She mostly focuses on like indigenous, like missing and murdered women, and just like she's actually from Canada. I think she's Cree. Anyway, she's amazing.
And I want to interject about that.
Sorry.
For some people who are reluctant to listen to what I call murder podcasts.
Why would you be reluctant?
Very...
Just kidding.
Because
I'm kidding.
You could start to feel like they're exploitative, where you're getting entertainment from this tragic situation. But
no, she's a real journalist for one thing. Okay, so
yes,
I think sometimes that makes a big difference.
And she is one of the best about putting it in the context of why this population is more susceptible to these types of crimes and what might need to change to improve the situation. Mm-hmm. So I feel like it's very constructive and informative from a journalism point of view.
Yeah, but this video is not about the podcast. Can we just get back to the notebook? Okay. So
it's good.
Everyone just go listen to Connie Walker and anything she's ever made and see if you need to make a diagram.
If you need to take notes to get it straight, which she doesn't just simplify the narrative to the point that it's entertaining. It's a little bit complicated.
Well, in particular, her most recent podcast, I felt like got confusing with like how people were connected. Okay, anyways.
Right.
I gotta talk about this notebook a little more because
yes.
I love these notebooks so much. Like every once in a while a product comes along where I'm like, if no customer ever bought this, it would still be okay with me because I'd have a lifetime supply, and that's okay. Okay, anyways. So majority of the pages are this grid, which is awesome. But also, like, some ways to divide it even more. So, like, does that make sense? Like, they have subtle divide lines on here. You probably can't see it. And then, at the end of the notebook, there's a bunch of these pages that are this my list style. So you can turn the notebook sideways and you have like actually lined ruling at the back.
Interesting.
This note.
I don't know that I added a photo to show that in the description actually.
And it's
so that's kind of like a video exclusive.
There you go. And same thing with the bare ones. They're like divided and you've got the... I don't know why I'm showing this. It's like impossible to see on the camera, but you've got like the my list style at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I'm not 100% sure I knew that until I was like getting to the end of my first one. And I was like, oh, that's nice. Okay, anyways.
It's interesting to point out for this one that one of the benefits of grid-lined notebooks is how easy it is to use in either orientation.
Yes.
Right? So if you have this pocket size, it can be that sort of reporter notebook just as easily because it's grid lined.
Yep. Yep. Which is so convenient. And also it's like easier to break into sections and like, I don't know. I really like grid notebooks. I like line though too. Okay, so one more notebook. Because this is also my favorite lately. So
that's a good one.
Everybody knows I love the Sufa. But the most amazing thing happened, which is they came out with this limited edition series that has even more amazing color combos, and I love it so much. Anyways.
Yeah.
So the Sufa has the like squishy silicone rings. Right. And then this actually is a place you can hang your pen. The cover, instead of being like a hard cardboard, this must be plastic. So it's an even sturdier cover, but it's important to mention in case, like the other one would be more ecological, I would think. It has a pocket in the back, which is awesome.
And for reference, this is the Kokio Sufa Soft Ring limited colors, because there's also currently a limited designs offering, but this is the limited colors, and they are really striking good colors. And Sufa has 3 O's if you're searching for it. It's S-O-O-O-F-A.
Yeah, crazy. So probably people go looking for it and don't put in enough O's. Like, what?
Always put in one more O than you think.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
And then it has this great elastic band, especially if you're like throwing your notebook in a bag, that like keeps it closed more securely. The paper is grid and perforated. I'm pretty sure it's perforated in this one too.
Yeah, that's what we've got in our description, so hopefully it is.
Oh yeah. It just comes out so nicely. Oh, so good. Like,
quick possible fact check. In our description, we've got it listed that the soft rings that feel squishy like silicone are actually made of resin.
Are you fact checking me in the video or me in the description?
I'm fact checking you against you. Yes. Okay.
So here, I'm just gonna. Okay, holding it up like that was not like a good way to take it out, but I was just gonna show you. It's much better to do on a paper or whatever. Who knows what this says?
I like the pen notch too. I'm surprised I don't see that on more notebooks.
Yeah, it's so easy. Like, why not? Why not put it on there? Did I already say grid lined? Is this one 4mm grid lined too? I feel like I'm blind. I can't.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay.
And the strap is always good for traveling because it helps keep it secure.
Yes. And these are notes from something I was reading about. So I made some designs. Oh, what a dork. Okay, anyways.
Very nice.
Just using my Sarasa Clip 3C.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any more questions about the pen case, Frank?
I guess the question is, what's the next pen case video going to be? Liliana, if we could get her in there, that would be excellent. But I do really like these videos where it's a specific pen case that's packed for a certain purpose.
Yeah.
Because it helps narrow it down a little bit.
Yeah, that's true. Although this did go on for like an hour. People want the warehouse walkthrough video, so I hope you're working on that at some point.
We'll have to do a warehouse tour video. We'll do more just sort of issue-based videos where we talk out something in the world of Japanese pens. I like this format. I think it's fun to make, so I'd like to do more of them.
Cool. It feels a little better to me than like talking to myself or people who aren't there when I'm like going through my pin case.
That is challenging.
Yeah. And hopefully you could like see what I was showing, you know. So we'll see.
I think it'll look
We'll see
good.
if people
I don't think it'll look great.
like this way or not. But yeah, I guess we'll see you with another video soon. I don't know which one.
We got more coming, and don't forget, we got to do the pilot or the Jetstream light touch.
Jetstream light touch. Crossing my fingers that Liliana wants to do a pin case video with me in the future.
Right.
And then also I have a really cool interview style coming up with an artist, and that's all I'll say about that. But yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, me too.
I am very excited about that.
Me too. I think we're going to try to record that on Friday, hopefully.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's excellent.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to see if this worked well with you before, you know, trying it with her on Friday from here, because, you know, you never know about like other people's internet and stuff. Okay.
I think it works great.
Bye.